College Football. I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the big two gorillas, right? Anytime you can make a statement and dent these two big powerhouse conferences, go do it.
I think the ACC, too, is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. And back in conference realignment, it was the best 4 programs from the Pac-12 that all chose the Big Ten and not the ACC. So this one will be interesting.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking to throw, it's Howard. He makes the connection. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Jones.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
They'll line up for a second down play. From the gun, running back on the move. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Nothing but green ahead. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, this guy obviously spent a lot of time in the film room this week because he is dissecting this defense early in the game in the opening drive. Great job with his eyes, great job with his rhythm, an explosive play there. This defense does not have an answer for this dude.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Pickup of 1. It's down at the 11. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Pulls it and fires to the left. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Got it! And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Flushed out of the pocket. Fires into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw, it's Howard. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
They go to the ground. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Fast motion from the offense. Looking for room, it's Young. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the 1st drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed, with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
What a nifty run there to pick up the 1st down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the 1st. Let's see what happens next.
Using the quick game. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. And the Rebels have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. With jet sweep pass. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead.
They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Clemson is down right now, but I'm not... He doesn't have a C.J. Spiller-like big play in them. Any change in momentum, and this is a brand new game. They're trailing by 9 to Texas. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Quick pass on the jet motion. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
Yeah, they're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run. And if you can't stop it, it could be a long game.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Looking for space. It's Young. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on 1st down. A little screen to the running back. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Brown wants to pass. And that pass is intercepted. Takes it the other way. And after making the interception, a terrific return to put his offense in great field position at the 42. Line gets set, 1st down. He wants to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And a great return on the play before they're finally able to bring him down.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
They'll run the toss. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to go toss to the field and get that running back out into space to use his speed, but the defense looked like they were already lined up expecting that play, and they force a negative one.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. He's going to run it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Tackled, but he has a first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Touch pass on the run. Touchdown, Bama! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll bring it out. It's Gonzalez. It's great to think you're going to score every time you return it, but man, what a bad decision. He's down at the 6. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Looking downfield, it's Howard. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Strong running there. Going to pick up 7 yards on the play, but they still have a 4th and 3. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He gets a block, and the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Bringing it back. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Rebels will kick it off to start the 2nd half. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Tide offense rolls onto the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback will audible. Brown will throw it. Unloads to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Well, the defense obviously went in at halftime. They were trailing on the scoreboard. They needed to make some adjustments, and already they're showing some positive signs. On the very first drive of the second half, they're able to register a sack on 3rd down, looking to get the ball back to their offense here.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
Coming after it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense is locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
Plows through the defense. Pulled down for the tackle.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there, the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you'll look up and you might break one of those as you got them a little bit tired.
The give to the back. At the 35, he's loose. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that one.
Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Jet sweep to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense there slowing down that jet sweep. And a big key was the defensive end containing the play, forcing the receiver to cut back inside to where all the traffic was.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. He'll pull it down and run. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. The holder's going to line it up right at the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Oh, the attempt is no good. Guys, after the miss, still up by 4. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. And then a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a 1st down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
To the air, it's Howard. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And a tremendous return will be stopped at the 28-yard line.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his 2nd big throw in this game.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Man, oh man, these offenses just haven't been able to find any room to get things going, David.
And to quote the great philosopher, Reese Davis, this is very ungood. Just nothing working for this offense, Palmer. They got to find something.
Well, the plays look good against the scout team during the week in practice, but they have just not been able to find a rhythm against this defense today.
They'll run it. It's Young. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needs a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown time! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Coming out with it, it's Brown. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
He's loose. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. And off to Jones. And after a very short pickup on that run, we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Ole Miss 3.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking to throw, it's Howard. Fires to the right. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his second interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Everywhere, it's a turnover.
And the only time it's okay to stretch the ball out and fumble the football is on fourth down and short. It's on fourth down and goal. You have to lay out and you have to reach that football. You could tell he was trying to maybe reach that football, coughed it up. Defense forces the fumble, gets the stop on fourth down.
Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Off play action on first down. Moves away as he feels pressure. It's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Man, you go from perfect position of strength. I get to salt this clock away. I get to run this out. I'm going to win to, man, now I got to put my defense back on the field, and anything can happen, right, in football, and you can catch breaks, and so now you got to go out and earn it. You had this thing under wraps.
He'll start this drive firing. Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point.
And he intercepts it. Trying to take it back. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They'll try to get outside. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
These quarterbacks that just bounce and bounce and bounce and pull the ball down and make plays. Defensively, you just got to keep coming. You can't get tired. You can't get frustrated, really. It's the frustration that gets to you because they keep making plays and keep getting first downs. Got another opportunity coming up. First and goal. Try to hold them to a field goal.
On the option. Now the pitch. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last one. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down. And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long.
Lets it fly. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. Touchdown, Ole Miss. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, the big top 15 battle is underway, and it's been very interesting so far. Clemson has just had no answer to the onslaught they've faced so far today. Almost feels like instead of touching Howard's Rock, that sucker was dropped on top of him. They're trailing by 30 to Texas. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And the running back there did everything that he's coached to do, right? You've got the lead late in this game. You've got to stay in bounds. You're finding yards. It's a positive run, but you're not going out of bounds. Really well done.
If they can pick up a yard here on second down, that might put this one in the books. They'll run it to the right side. Tackle is made after the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. Give him 96 yards on the day, and the defense has been getting a steady diet of this dude on opening day. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Brown wants to pass. Feeling some heat. It's complete.